Hello, Poke Collector, Poke Investor. My name is Hal from minipokemon.com, and if you're interested in learning why Kadabra might come back to the TCG, you want to stay tuned because we're going to be talking about that and also a price watch, market watch of the current Pokemon market. So let's dive into it. All right, so I'm excited. It's exciting news, and as it has been reported by Pokebeach.com. If you haven't checked out Pokebeach, go ahead and check it. It's a pretty good source for all Pokemon news. But they just reported something that smile on my face. I'm very excited that Geller, magician that was the root cause of not having Kadabra cards, actually announced that it emailed the president of Pokemon Company to authorize the use of his name in new cards. And for people that don't know the story, the Pokemon TCG 20 years ago got sued by Geller, which is a magician, because the naming Kadabra in Japanese is Joe Geller, which is very similar to his name. And this individual magician used to have a trick with spoons, so he thought that he was being mocked by Nintendo, and he wanted some money out of compensation because his name was being used on a Pokemon. So he sued Nintendo, and Nintendo stopped creating more Kadabra cards, and that's why in the Pokemon card game we have Abra and then Alakazam. We don't have Kadabra cards after the Rocket expansion. So what this means, not Rocket expansion, after Skyreach, sorry, but anyway, what this means is that we'll be seeing new Kadabra cards potentially in the TCG, which that is super exciting. Kadabra is one of my favorite Pokemon in the original game. I even had more Kadabras in my team rather than Alakazam because I thought Kadabra was cooler. And of course, needed to trade and evolve it by trading was a little bit difficult back in the day because you needed to have a link cable and some friends to trade. And back in the day, Pokemon was prohibited from schools and it was hard to get friends to trade with me. Anyway, the point is Kadabra is coming back, and it's now up to Nintendo to actually decide whether or not they want to print Kadabra cards, but hopefully it will happen, and that is super exciting news for me. Now, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think? Are you excited about a potential Kadabra card? If it happens, probably you will see the first Kadabra card to be very hyped around, and we'll see like a spike in price most likely because it's a Kadabra card. It depends on how Pokemon handles this, but I would love to see a promo card from Kadabra coming out that it's very exclusive or something like that. A collaboration even with this magician will be something fantastic to have in the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, which will be great. Anyway, now let's talk a little bit about the price market, the market of Pokemon cards. And I see a lot of channels talking about this, and I wanted to jump in as well and talk a little bit about it. We saw a spike, and I mentioned it multiple times in this channel, and then we have a trace back. It was a correction as expected and predicted. There was no way of actually getting that spike in prices to be sustainable. There was no way to actually keep that sustainable because I remember PSA 9s Charizards went up to like 5K almost, and then now it's back to $2,000, $3,000 price range, which is more acceptable. And this is unlimited, of course. We're not talking about first edition or anything like that. But with every trace back, there's a new floor price, right? And this impact, this heavy speculative bubble that we were in, really raised the price on product. But still, the king of everything is first edition. Unlimited is still going to be more on the cheap side. And the reason why unlimited is more on the cheap side is because there's more product out there. There's a substantial amount of unlimited cards. There's a constant influx of cards on eBay and everywhere. Like unlimited was printed very, very well. And that's why one of the reasons that I am bullish a little bit on modern is because even though that the cards are being printed that much, the market is growing as well. So if the market keeps growing and we don't see a winter of people abandoning collecting, then that means that modern as well, even if it's printed that much, if the market size is bigger in the future, there's a potential that those cards will be very valuable as well. So you never know. But anyway, so I think what happened here in terms of why the market crashed and why we saw that correction in prices was because, as I said, it was heavily manipulated. It was heavily speculated by people. And then there was this influx of supply that came in, especially unlimited, and demand started to slow down. Like just like in any market correction, it's driven by demand and supply and demand, right? Like in any market. And in this point, what happened was there was a lot of supply because a lot of people were like wanting to capitalize on the moment of selling Pokemon at a high level. And we see this in stocks, we see this in any other market when there's a bull market and people are buying a lot, there's a lot of people selling as well. And then there's a point where it reaches a price where there's more supply than the demand. And that's where it just traces back. And we need to be careful because this isn't over. There's still some manipulation going on. And as I said in my previous video, if you haven't checked it out, recently a box of first edition base set sold for 360K, and then we see like even video games selling for 100K. So Pokemon is very hot right now, and it's very easy to get in the heat of the moment and invest more money than you should on cards that might drop in the near future. So just be very careful on what you invest, what you collect. As I always said, the important part here is really define a goal, set a budget, and then move from there. It's very important that you set a goal and a budget. Without a goal and a budget, then you will be stuck in fire, and you don't want that to happen. If you set a goal of a specific Pokemon, specific cards, a specific set, and you focus on it, you'll be hunting for deals, and then set a budget aside of how much you want to spend per month. Don't burn yourself. It's very easy to burn yourself and really spend a lot of money in a market that is this expensive and growing even more. And the reason why you need to be very cautious is, I don't know if you've seen it, but I'll try to put an image here. A lot of other YouTubers have been talking about this, and I've seen the video as well. There was this guy, Pokemans, and I'll leave a link in the description here. He basically took out his collection from storage, showed it to the world, and it's just impressive. It's breathtaking. And he has like thousands of unlimited Charizards, unlimited Blastoise, unlimited Venusaurs, unlimited Mewtwo's, like all the holos of base set. And it's great that he uncovered it. It's probably more than $500,000 worth of a collection. It's just a very impressive collection. But as an investor, when you thought that the items were very scarce and very limited, and then you see more flooding the market, then that's what happens when the prices go down, because the people realize, Charizard base set unlimited is not as rare anymore. And if this individual grades these cards, then the population report of PSA 9s and even 10s, because those looked mint, are going to go way higher, and that might impact the price even more. So as just like there's manipulation going up, there's also manipulation going down. And when something like this happens, price goes down. And we see it in modern every time, right? Like right now, Vivid Voltage is very popular and it's high, and you can make a good return of an investment. But that's because the product is scarce. But believe me, Pokemon is printing more. They're getting the printers ready, and they're running like those printers hot. So we're going to get a ton of more product. Champion's Path, probably. We're getting that reprint from Cosmic Eclipse, which is a different topic that I already touched upon. And Unified Minds, we got a confirmation for Unified Minds reprint, which we will have available at minipokemart.com, by the way. So head to minipokemart.com if you want around December, because I will have some available there. And then they're coming. We're getting more Vivid Voltage. So don't forget, don't overspend on Vivid Voltage. Just be patient, and you'll get there. So what I'm trying to say here is, when a market is high, there's easy ways of manipulating going down when there's more product being flooded into the market. And this might have an impact, this collection going into the market. If this individual Pokemans, if Pokemans decides to sell his collection, then that's going to definitely flood the market. Of course, there's ways of making it better, like slowly selling it. Like, not sell everything in one sit, just to slowly sell it, and the market will keep growing up. But that depends on his decision, I guess. So, but that's basically what happened this week. Very exciting week. So recap: Kadabra might come back. We have a price correction on the market. My recommendation in this price correction is, if you want to collect for the long run, it's a perfect timing to buy the deep, as they say, right? Like, buy when it's low and still hunt for more. But to be honest, as an investment, I think there's other ULs out there that you could definitely find out. Besides Base It, there's a lot of cards out there. And then the third part is more reprints are coming, and that collection might have an influence into the market. So hopefully this is useful. I hope you enjoyed this video. And in my next video, I'm going to be talking about how is it to run a Pokemon card shop, and what might it take to actually open a store. So you might not want to miss that out if you're interested in opening a store. And I'm going to be very frank and very honest and transparent about opening a store. But as a sneak peek, my recommendation is don't do it. But anyway, we'll talk about that in the next video. And as always, remember, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, notification bell, all of that, because that helps the algorithm to promote these videos to other people, and it will mean a lot to me if you can do that. And as always, as I always end my videos, make sure to let me know in the comment section if there's a specific topic you want me to cover. I will be happy to talk about that, because the investment and the collecting side of Pokemon is a huge universe, and there's a lot of things to learn, and a lot of things that just by chatting between each other, we might grow as a collector. But anyway, that's it for now. Until next time, gotta collect them all.